Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Mandablorians, the only to win weed podcast, as far as I know, where me and my like-minded friends get together and we talk about our favorite nerd stuff and smoke a little weed. So, to my bottom right, owner proprietor of Access Cannabis, hailing all the way from Spokane, Washington, we have Wayne Fort.
Hello there.
What are you smoking
tonight? I'm smoking on some forbidden fruit from Panda. I'll be cracking this little jar open.
Yeah. I love those. I have so many of those Sticky Frog stickers. That's awesome. Fat Panda is still my favorite sticker that I have, though.
Yeah, they're cool for sure.
Just an awesome logo.
And here's what it looks like all opened up.
Yeah.
Heard it.
I want to spread it on toast.
Right, it's kind of a jelly texture.
I love it, dude. It always looks like marmalade or some shit.
High terp sugar.
Nice.
Fucking A, dude.
And from Denver, the Last Dinosaur, Colorado, we have graffiti artist, Meme Lord. I feel like should be under your title. This is definitely the Meme Lord out of our group. Christopher Sturm.
Hello.
What are you smoking tonight?
I don't know the name of it, but it is surprise of 4 gram of Binsk. I'm gonna try to show you this without it.
Binsk.
Super saucy diamonds.
Dope.
Yeah.
That
White Claw.
That meme that you put in the chat there with the Duran trucks, that shit had me fucking.
Yeah, I saw that in some synth pop group.
And from the Midwest, Nico Tronus.
The what?
Nico, the Midwest. You're from the Midwest, right? Isn't that where fucking Detroit is?
You made Chris choke.
Dude, I said from the Midwest, and then I started to go with more, and then I just froze. I was like, wait, what do I usually say? Usually like an 8 Mile joke. Or...
Yeah.
But yeah, I froze up.
I was gonna eat some mom's spaghetti tonight, but I didn't because my palms.
Well, with COVID and everything, there's not really many rap battles going on, I'm sure. The shelter's been shut down.
Through Zoom.
Zoom rap battles.
Zoom rap battles are forever. They are like the new currency. Forget about Dogecoin. It's Zoom rap battles.
Is that really? I bet you that's a thing.
That is your new currency now, yeah.
There might be.
What are you smoking tonight, Neek?
The THCA, because they had a really great deal this past 420. What was normally a $55 gram was a $35 gram on sale plus 15% off of 35. So
damn, dude, nice.
It was,
plus you got a free gummy with that too, didn't you?
I did. I got a free gummy, 2 free pre-rolls, and the gummy was surprisingly really tasty. Like, it was a blueberry gummy. It was a hybrid. So it was like, I could feel it. It wasn't super strong. It was only like 50 milligrams, but it was enough that like it tasted great. And then it hit you on top of that and was just like, all right, like I'm not feeling so fucking stoned that I can't do anything, but I'm also like, I still want to smoke. And that was what I did is I went and smoked, like they gave me 1 free pre-roll and they actually let me pick a free pre-roll too from like 3 of like the 12 different selections they had. So I grabbed one of those super glues, the one that made me think I needed to write out my will. So one of those, as well as the freebie they gave me. So after I got back here, I smoked that first freebie, and like I was halfway through it, and I was just like, God damn, this is really fucking good for like a throwaway 420J that you're just literally just giving away.
For real, dude, yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. Like first time in years, I can say that about a dispensary pre-roll on 420 that was actually really fun.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, this is a nice,
Dude.
nice feeling, nice experience.
It's awesome too because I remember you started out the day saying that you didn't see, like you were kind of not worried, but like you were like kind of bummed that like you didn't really see any like advertisements for any sales, so you weren't really sure you were going to get any, and then you turned out to get us some great shit.
Dude, that was actually the other weird thing too, was like they were like when I got there, I was like, yeah, I was really surprised that you guys didn't send out like an early morning text like right away to like get people in the door. Like I went to their website, I went and looked up the menu and everything just to see like, what the deals were for the day. There was nothing listed. And they were like, yeah, we're not going to advertise it. So it's like for the people that do come in, they're going to get fucking banging ass deals. But the people who miss out will miss out. And I'm just like,
That doesn't make sense though.
I mean, it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense because you would think 420 anyway that people would be coming up because there would be some kind of deals or specials.
For sure. Yeah.
But whew, like not alerting your customers at all, that's, I don't know, that just kind of seems like shooting yourself in the foot. Like your business is to sell
on a day
more.
like that.
Yeah.
Is it a case of maybe like they just felt like they didn't really like because it's 420, so like they didn't maybe feel like they even had to like bother advertising? It still doesn't make much sense. You figured they would anyway. But
I mean, the fact that they had the deals that they did, like, dude, $20 off on THCA plus another 15% off of that on top of that, like that's stupid cheap.
yeah,
Like, for almost half the price, you're getting a gram where, you could be getting 2 grams for that full price, on that day. So it's just like,
How many did you get?
yeah, like, I don't know. If you could spend $100 and get 4 grams of something that $100 would normally only get you, that actually wouldn't even get you 2 grams of, wouldn't you be all over that?
for sure.
Hey, dude, that's what I do.
Especially since I'm paying $80 for half a gram. That's why I don't really buy the shit anymore. So.
Ooh.
God, dude.
Like that's the thing. Up here, it's not like that. Like we've
I
got
like that here too.
yeah, because I was getting text messages all day from like all the other dispensaries in the area that like I have my phone number registered at, and like they were all messages like, come on out to the 420 celebration, get our deals, get blah 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 off of blah blah blah, and buy 2 get 12 free, and
Yes.
Shit, I saw fucking a pizza rolls billboard out here, dude, that says stock up letter B 4-20. Stock up on pizza rolls, dude, like before 420. Like it's fucking crazy now.
That is crazy.
How big it's gotten from back when I was in high school. I remember it'd be like this thing we'd have to ditch school and go down to the Denver Capitol and smoke down there.
Speaking of smoking, let's fire it up.
It's kind of cool how far we just came.
Why you talking shit? Better duck, bitch, before you don't get
that's a nice segue to move on to the season finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier. What did you guys think? That was the season. That's it, boys.
Do you think it's season or series, though?
Series, yeah.
Yeah, series, because they Friday evening after the episode aired, they announced that Captain America 4 Man Out of Time is now in pre-production, which will star Captain America Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, and
they better have Bucky.
Yeah, and potentially other Captain Americas as well.
Ooh, cool.
So as far as the episode goes, like I liked it, but I also, like I was talking about last week, I just kind of went into it just expecting to not really be blown away, and I wasn't. Nothing really happened that kind of blew my mind. I liked it. I love the suit. The suit was awesome. I thought he looked great. I love the fact Captain America has fucking Falcon wings. That's really cool. The fight scenes were awesome. The one with the leaper was cool.
Let's rock the leap, yeah.
Yeah, as far as like the big reveal, like, oh, Sharon Carter's the power broker, like,
right,
all right.
That broke with the phone conspiracy.
Yeah. We figured that shit out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're gonna act like this shit's a fucking bet you guys didn't catch this.
Yeah.
Well,
that was like the big tease, like the big end credit scene. I was waiting for an end credit scene, and then it was her part, and I'm like, all right. Like, that's cool, but like it's not end credit cool.
Yeah. That's like middle of the episode.
It seems like they spent a lot of time just building up. Oh, go ahead, Kurt. I was gonna say it seems like they just spent up an entire series just as a prequel for a movie, possibly. Like nothing significant really happened. That it seems like they don't want to. They keep saying, well, you got to have the Disney Plus membership to keep up with the MCU stuff, but not enough happens to where if you go to the movie theaters and watch the movie, that follows the story, that you would feel like you're missing out. Probably. I mean,
yeah, that's a good take. Yeah.
So probably the only significant major, huge reveals are going to happen in the theater, and that to me is kind of a disappointment.
Yep,
for sure.
I really felt like after, like, and I hate to say it, but after WandaVision and now this show, it seems to me like these Disney Plus MCU shows are doing just that. They're setting us up for literally nothing. It's something to occupy our time for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. It's Seinfeld to the superhero level. And it's kind of a bummer because even with Elaine being Madam Hydra, and it's none of this is enough. And like I think I brought up the point last week with the Winter Soldier, the movie. You cannot compare that movie with this show and look at it and think of it as the same people, the same characters, the same writing. It's just kind of a bummer. Like we've fallen from the greatness that was. I don't know if they're going to come back to that, because the guy that's writing Captain America 4, fucking guy that just wrote Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, I don't know.
So do you think that the show would have been better if they hadn't have had to stray from that original virus storyline that, trying to keep, because it seemed to me that, other than, the whole Carly and the Freedom Fighters, the Flag Smashers thing, which really wasn't that interesting. And it just kind of fell into the same category as another uninteresting, villain, another.
Yeah.
So, Joe, do you think that it would have been, if it had been just kept original, that it would have been, that it suffered greatly from that? Or do you think it would have probably still been mediocre?
I mean, to be honest with you, there would have been more involvement from Zemo because that was originally part of the plan. Like he was the one that was releasing the poison gas
Mhm.
around the world. Um, so it would have meant we would have had more Zemo, which I think would have been better. It would have been
Oh
better
yeah.
show because
Mhm.
if there's one character that stood out throughout that whole thing, it wasn't fucking Enfy's Nest, and
Mhm.
it wasn't Bucky with the short hair, and it wasn't
Mhm.
Captain America with the wings. It was fucking Zemo.
Zemo was
Yeah,
the number
Zemo
one, and
took
I'd
the
probably, believe it or not, I'd give it to U.S. Agent as number two.
Yeah,
I
Second
thought
that.
he was.
for real,
And
dude. Yeah.
I'll take it a step further. Number 3 was easily the Dora Milaje.
Yeah, I'll give you that too.
Yeah,
Oof.
I mean,
100%.
that was
Oof.
rad. That one that
Ouch.
picked up the shield was like, oh shit, dude.
That's kind of like, that is kind of like a disappointment, like, because we're naming our best things from the show called Falcon and Winter Soldier, and neither of them are Falcon and Winter Soldier.
exactly.
I
And
will
you
say
know what,
their
though?
relationship. I like the way it ended, like the way their friendship kind of budded from
Yeah,
really
I
not
do.
liking each other.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all the buddy cop stuff.
So that shit
Yeah,
should be
I was
good.
gonna
Maybe
say
in the next movie, hopefully. I don't
we talked a
I
lot about buddy cop stuff, and they did nail it with that.
Yeah.
know.
there's one thing that I would have loved to have seen happen during that whole fight scene when the Dora Milaje, when AO had the shield. If they would have had the fucking balls and the presence to say, to have AO with the shield on her arm, look at fucking Walker, point at him, and say, "Look at me." And the camera,
Dude, oh my
that would the internet. That would have been fucking Fukushima. That would have been Hiroshima. That would have been fucking meme lorded across the land.
dude,
It
I'm
would
surprised there wasn't even a meme of that already.
Jericho missile.
That would have been a very good
Oh,
Oh man,
throw
that
in.
would have been fucking
missed
gold.
opportunity. And how? How do you miss that fucking? How can you be on that set? See, literally see that entire shot being set up and not fucking think, hey, let's just, for shits and giggles sake, let's just shoot it. Let's get it in the can. And if we can use it later, we will abso-motherfucking-lutely use them shits.
Yeah,
How,
dude, fuck, that would have been
Well,
great.
if not, we'll just release it on YouTube or something like that.
dude,
Even as an outtake. Yeah.
Yeah,
such
even
a
Going back to what Wayne said about U.S. Agent being like a great character, I do agree with that. I really like, same thing happened with this one. I just had that love hate kind of thing where I actually liked it was kind of funny when he did the Lincoln thing and Bucky was ragging on him, but then like he went back to being a dick with the whole scene where he was like, he got the suit on and then him and the reaction with, like, he just turned back into a prick again. It was I like that character. I like the love hate relationship that I have with him.
yeah.
And I'm excited to
I
see
kind of
Thunderbolts.
guess oh, sorry. I
No,
guess I
I'm
didn't 100% understand about his motivation in that fight scene. He just kind of pops up and then they're all buddies again, and
yeah, it happened
everything's
quick.
just cool while they're fighting, and it's kind of like, what
Yeah,
did the
like
script just need for that to happen? The choreography was cooler with 3 fighting, so they just did it that way. I mean, okay.
I would assume that being soldiers, Sam and Bucky are kind of like sympathetic to like what he was going through and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. That's maybe one way I can explain it in my head. But yeah, I did think that happened like really quick. They were just like,
After they
he was the
broke his
third buddy
arm
cop.
and took his shield, like they destroyed his arm to take the shield from him, and then they're just like, yeah, dude, come on, let's go. It's all good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Originally, one of the plot points was actually going to be not that John Walker absolutely took the super soldier serum, but that he was also 100% a Hydra sleeper as well.
Oh shit!
The way the show was originally laid out, he was going to be revealed as being basically Hydra Captain America, which he still is. I mean, kind of.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
You mean like in a capacity where he was kind of like brainwashed and they kind of like activated him or something, or he was like in on it the whole time?
That was originally the plan, was that he would be activated. Like that was, you know how he had those like freak out moments before he had to do anything, like beginning of the first episode when he was going out into that stadium, and before that
like
in the locker room, and he was all like, giving himself a pep talk, and didn't he throw up or something?
Yeah, he was kind of like freaking out over having flashbacks or something.
Yeah.
And they're saying like originally that stuff was done to make it like it was part of the Hydra conditioning, that like he was freaking out like that because he was trying to fight against it. Like it obviously wins over, and he goes out and does Hydra shit in the end. So like, yeah, there's a bunch of shit to it, and he was going to end up being a part of the Thunderbolts with Thunderbolt Ross as Red Hulk, and there was another scene that was cut with Florence Pugh, who's Black Widow, or in Black Widow, the young blonde one, that
Yelena Bolovich or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Oh, is that like her sister or something, right?
Something like that. Like however they tell the story.
Which that's coming out next week or 2 weeks from now.
That is?
Black Widow is coming out before Loki, I think. I think there's this week off, and I think we get Black Widow, and I think Loki. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that is coming out.
Didn't that get pushed to like
June or something? Was it? Okay. All right, so yeah, you're right. June 6th or something like that.
When is it?
The 6th. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But Loki's starting in what, 2 weeks?
No, Loki is in June.
Oh, Loki's in June. I'm talking about the Black Widow, though. Wasn't the Black Widow in between them?
I don't think Black Widow is until like the end of May.
Oh well, all right. Man, I thought all this stuff was happening way quicker, but it's fine. It'll give me a little bit of time off from being too marveled out here, watching fucking Star Wars and be happy.
I don't know if they're going to do like a behind the scenes thing for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Even if they do, it's like at this point, it's like, meh.
Yeah. I wonder if Marvel's kind of become a victim of their own formula, like they've got the formula, they've got the roadmap for telling a story. And if they stray too far from that, people bitch. But if they stay exactly on it, people bitch, possibly. Because I mean, they've been doing it for 10 years now. Yeah. And it's absolutely a formula. And those of us who, I mean, if they stray drastically from that, would we hate that? Or would we, are we just not happy overall, not as thrilled as we could be because it's just mediocre execution of the same formula?
So you're saying like it feels like they're not taking any chances anymore. Like they're just playing it safe.
They aren't. That's all they're doing. They're playing safe. They're playing politics. And I mean, what's that saying? Get woke, go
broke.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the, I wouldn't call it necessarily. Well, let's see. I don't know. How do I address it? I didn't hate it because it was important to the story. The whole that they brought a black super soldier that had been erased from history, and then they brought him in, and they took that head on. It wasn't. Well, I remember bitching about something about the cop earlier, pointing the gun at Sam and asking the white guy in the scene if he was okay while pointing the gun at the black guy. And I'm like, that was too over the top for woke politics, because it had nothing to do with the story and the plot. A black super soldier, happening at the same time as Steve Rogers, and Steve Rogers getting all the credit and the glory and becoming an Avenger while the other guy's sitting in jail. That's a relevant story, and I didn't mind it. And the stuff that went along with it was relevant to the story, and I didn't mind it.
I liked all the Isaiah Bradley stuff. I thought that was awesome. I liked how they gave him his little part of the memorial too at the end. I thought that was really cool.
I did too. I like that.
It's like, dude, right the fuck on, man.
But you're right. Yeah, all that stuff was relevant to the story. I'll tell you what I didn't hate too. I liked Sam's speech. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked how he was kind of more, instead of like taking a side, more saying that we all kind of have to just realize that we have to like stop. I can't articulate it, but basically he was just kind of saying that we all have to stop this whole fighting thing, and there's not a side A and a side B, and that we all have to kind of get together and figure all this shit out because nobody really knows what's going on.
Didn't hate it. It was a bit cringe. I don't know. I liked the the most iconic moment that Steve Rogers had before going in the ice was when he's holding that car door with that star on it. And nothing about that was forced. Nothing about that was, I mean, it said so much in a shot that was taken in a moment of time when he was in the midst of an action, and moment. And everything about Sam's speech was like, you could see all the cameras, and he stopped to take a moment to look at everything and see all the cameras, and he realized the moment and delivered a speech. But it was like, the whole idea of doing that's just kind of cringe, Yeah. Like Steve Rogers' iconic moment happened in the moment, and it carried on, and you see that photo in the museum, and it's like, it calls back to that. And I don't know, it was like, it wasn't forced, it was just organic, and it happened naturally.
I mean, he saw the camera, so I'm imagining that he that was a thing that he was thinking about. But I didn't mind. I thought it was a decent speech.
The problem for me is that we've gone from a level that was pretty high. And I feel like since Infinity War, and I mean Endgame as well, it almost feels like everything's on cruise control.
Yeah.
The pedal isn't to the metal. It's, hey, we found a speed we like. Hit that button. Take your foot.
To be fair, that bar is set pretty. Like, how do you top Infinity Wars and Endgame?
Yeah.
Those are like two of my favorite moments of my life. Watching this.
That's the thing. I was actually thinking about that. You don't. But what you do is you tell quality stories that doesn't just speak to part of your audience, but speaks to your entire audience. When you do that, which you can go all the way back to the beginning with Iron Man, and see that. You can see
Captain America.
Same. You feel the care that's there, and it's like, if you go back and watch Iron Man 1 and then watch Falcon and Winter Soldier back to back, you're not going to be feeling the same way about Falcon and Winter Soldier that you do after watching Iron Man. You're not going to feel good like that. You're not going to be like, fuck yeah, I want more of that. It's just, the writing is so empty and hollow, and I know they had to change a lot of things, and I get it, but they gotta do better than this. They gotta be better than this. And
you remember that period of time about Thor 2 where just kind of the whole MCU was just kind of spinning its wheels a little bit?
It
kind of feels like that, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, it was just kind of bogged down in just a level that wasn't the level that it was before.
What brought that back, you think? Guardians?
Something kind of, they turned the corner and they're able to. Guardians snapped
even
out
Age
of
of Ultron
right?
was a little bit corny too.
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
That's another one,
like, you could feel Joss Whedon was on the way out because it was just not as tight.
But they got better from that point, so there's hope that they're gonna.
Yeah, and I think
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because after that point, we got Thor Ragnarok, we got Infinity War, we got we've got some of the best moments of the MCU. The Civil War. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't want to blow off the MCU, but I will say that they're they've definitely. I mean, if it's lows and highs, if we're looking at, it looks like a sine wave. We're maybe in a bit of a valley at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm
They
looking forward to Loki.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it, but I would definitely agree with that.
Which, by the way, is
I'm hoping Loki has some of that Ragnarok energy. Just some of that fun.
It has to.
June 11th, by the way, is
Style.
Loki, and Black Widow is July 9th, so they're kind of far out.
Yeah.
I'm worried that if that movie keeps getting pushed back, they're gonna mess with it, and then
it's set. I'm pretty sure it's set to release.
That's what they've been doing. They've been editing the fuck out of it. It's going to be just like Wonder Woman. It's going to be just like every fucking other movie that's been delayed and comes out, and people are like, all the hype was on this fucking sloppy piece of shit.
Didn't a lot of that stuff get pushed back?
Because I want that movie to be good, dude.
Yeah, me too. All of this time, you would expect it to be some fucking top shelf MCU shit. And if it's not, and I'm afraid it's not going to be, that's going to suck a lot, because that's going to be a fucking theatrical shit. And even with it being available on Disney Plus, like at $30 per watch or whatever the fuck it is.
Probably get it for like 48 hours or something like that.
No, I think it's you get one watch through, and it's like that fucking price tag.
Damn.
Which is stupid.
But that's a good point though. Like, I even feel like even if this movie like isn't like amazing and it's just good, people are gonna not like it just because of the whole pushback. It's like finally when I get to watch, I'm just like, I'm so tired of hearing about this movie that. So if it's not a banger, like that would have still been acceptable for it to be like pretty decent if it was released, when it was supposed to be released.
When it was supposed to.
But at this point, people are just gonna be like, I just don't care.
Yeah,
which really sucks because I love Black Widow, and I was really, really hyped for this movie. I love fucking Hopper being in it. Like, I love Russian Captain America.
I was kind of hoping on going into it and it being like James Bond, like a spy flick, dude. And I'm just like, dude, this is gonna be sick. And maybe it will be still, dude. I don't know, but
it could be.
I am worried, like you said, that they've been
maybe it will be
editing and just fucking with it this whole time instead of just being like, we got it made.
I'm just glad
alone,
we get to see.
That's actually one of the things that's got me worried about Shang-Chi is the fact that today the Shang-Chi wave of Marvel Legends was officially like street date unlocked at Target. You can find them at Walmart too, but like Walmart doesn't have them street dated, so whatever. They put them out, they're probably going to get bought up real quick, but I'm kind of I'm actually kind of worried about the fact that they decided to put those figures out in April when that movie doesn't come out until fucking September. And let's be fucking honest, that entire wave is fucking peg warming.
Yeah, I was just even thinking about this today. Like, I was cleaning up my room. I'm like, I'm just so done with Marvel Legends right now. Like, I don't want to buy any of them, and I want to sell the ones I have now.
Anything,
yeah. Dude. I'm just so sick. I'm like, every day I'm picking them up off the floor because most of them can't even fucking stand up straight. They just shelf suicide all the time. I'm just like, I just want to get rid of all my. I'll keep some X-Men and some Spider-Man stuff, but like I just want to get rid of them and just wait until these characters that I want come out with like a Mayfex or Figwatch or something like that.
Dude, IG-11.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I'll probably not get it just because I have the Figwatch and that Figwatch is really awesome. So I don't need to get the other one, but it looked, it's probably going to be awesome. Mayfex is killing it with all this shit. Yeah.
I missed out on the SHF. Otherwise, I'd have it too.
It's $100, and I mean it's already up for pre-order, but it doesn't come out. Yeah. It doesn't come out until January though.
Yeah. Also, Mayfex has a history of fucking being late with everything.
Mayfex January is basically
2023 January.
So,
well, speaking of IG-11, you guys want to smoke more weed?
Let's do that.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yes, senorita.
That's an excellent segue, by the way, Kyle. Good work.
Hey, IG-11, smoke weed.
I follow with my eyes till they crash. I imagine what my body would sound like, slamming against those rocks. And when it lands, will my eyes be closed or open? I go through all this before you wake up, so I can feel happier to be safe again with you. I go through all this before you wake up.
Protocols terrorize.
Yeah.
Toy talk.
Yes.
Wayne, did you get any toys this week?
I got my big bad toy store loot box came in, and yeah, amongst the loot
Oh,
is
yeah.
He adopted
the Titan.
God, that thing is insane, dude.
He's big. He makes a lot of noise when he clicks.
It's because he's a mathematician. He obviously adopted a small young Asian child.
Like the rocket mode is obviously compensating for something. That's fantastic.
How is it quality wise? Like the legs stand out. I hear all those satisfyingly
Really?
tight ratchets. So
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I mean, just yeah. So yeah, I've never had like yeah. He's not going anywhere. Like he's solid.
it's awesome.
That thing is dope, dude.
Very happy with it. I was thinking I would probably be done with the Titans, but then I got thinking about that Scorponok, and I thought, if I could build a custom shelf and put all 4 of those, because I've got Metroplex and I've got Triptychon, and just a Titan bookshelf would look pretty sweet.
Yeah, that Scorponok's pretty cool looking.
I was just watching the Earthrise episodes where they were fighting against him.
Yeah.
Oh, you made it to season 2?
Tight, dude.
Nice.
I just turned it on to have in the background while I was doing shit today.
Is that Hunter or Crosshair?
So this is Hunter.
Yeah.
I got in my bag batch.
Yeah, he's in my loot right now.
Hot.
I'm waiting to ship.
Yep.
I haven't shipped. I got
And
him
then
and
I've got
Crosshair.
the Elite Squad Trooper,
Ooh.
which I'm debating. Like, do I set up a whole separate shelf for Bad Batch for a show that I haven't seen? Because this is obviously just a black clone, Phase 2 clone. So I could just throw him right on the clone shelf right now if I wanted.
I didn't get one of them, man. I would like to get him. I wonder if he's still available on pre-order anywhere or something.
Did snag the Crosshair too. The face sculpts on these are surprisingly sharp for being cartoon figures.
Yeah,
They put a lot of love into them.
They kind of nail those faces.
It's probably cool because they don't have to scan. They don't have to have like a real human face to go by. So it's maybe a little easier.
It's a lot easier.
See, that one, that's amazing. And that bums me out because I have her pre-ordered at BBTS too. And she hasn't released
She
yet.
never popped into your...
No.
She's one per case.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
And Crosshair Crosshair and the Black Clone Trooper are one per case.
Damn.
I got the Crosshairs in my pile.
I'm glad I got them.
Yeah, Bo.
Ooh.
That I should have tomorrow.
I heard something Bo-Katan had said some stuff on, during an interview. Good for her, talking about the girl power scene and Mandalorian being good because it wasn't forced and contrived.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. It wasn't necessarily forced and contrived, and it wasn't too much cringe.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking about that today, actually, that same thing. And I was like, you know what? I didn't really hear anybody bitching about the all-girl shoot 'em up scene. And it was because it was just an amazing action scene, and it wasn't an issue. Nobody cared that it was all girls. It was just so good that it I mean, I'm sure there was people bitching. There's always cons bitching
It
about
didn't
stuff. So.
matter that
It didn't make it. You're right. It didn't have any relevance that they were all girls. It was just awesome that it happened.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything where it became the MCU scene.
Well, we all have to stand here and pose menacingly while literally being attacked by a Chitauri army.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man.
Little Spider.
There's your Kara.
And then I snagged Kara.
Nice.
Lastly, but not leastly, I'd like to go ahead and grab a slab. Yeah, probably. I want him to probably get a slab for it because this one came really nicely carded. The card's in really great shape. Yeah, vintage collection, 3 3/4.
That actually might end up being worth, if she'd ever, that could be like something that might be worth
figure.
shit too.
Go ahead, Nico.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can get into that.
Yeah. There might be an announcement here pretty soon about
Ding Dong, the witch is dead.
Well, more importantly, that they asked Gina back to, and whatever happens with Kathy in the future is just basically going to end up being she's done, and the company is just going to continue moving forward, and Jon Favreau is going to continue moving forward with all of his projects untouched, unbothered by anybody. So
fantastic news.
That's
you know what?
Win.
And I will probably
make some pay too to come back, dude.
I have no doubt that John was probably like, listen, forget about that $25,000 an episode that you got the last time around. You're gonna make X amount of dollars now, and you're going to star in your own show still, and you're going to have the fork still, and all of that good shit. So,
which is great.
I honestly think part of the letdown for the MCU on both WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier was just how fucking good Mandalorian has been, season 1 and especially season 2.
That too, I never thought about that. I never took that into account.
I mean, we had, if you go watch the live reaction videos, people are in tears over Luke Skywalker.
I actually did that
people
last week.
People are losing their shit, jumping out of their chairs, screaming. And do you think anybody cried over seeing Falcon in his Captain America uniform? Like, it was cool. I was like, hey, good for you. And that was it. I'm happy.
I will say this. For all of my shit talk and all of my hate on Falcon and Winter Soldier, my eyes did fall up when they brought Isaiah Bradley to his portion of the Captain America.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Amen.
Yeah.
That was well done. Yeah, and it was well done.
It's a huge compliment to the actor, and I don't know his name, that played Isaiah Bradley. He's fucking
excellent.
He does.
Excellent actor.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed it. You can 100% believe that this is a man who's been fucked over by the government and hates the fucking government. Job well done. He fucking.
Dude, I mean, he's one of the most believable characters of the series. I mean,
shit. Totally. So that I will say that was great. However, there's no comparing. You can't compare season 1 of Mando or season 2 of Mando to either WandaVision or Falcon.
It's so stylistic, and it's like I don't know. Anyway, we're off toys all of a sudden. So.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I wanted to talk about that eventually anyway, the whole Star Wars thing. So, you get anything else, man?
No, I'm done. I'm wrapped up. Thank you.
Sure. It's a good haul, though. I'm really looking forward. I should have, if things actually start coming in, I'm planning on having, my whole loot pile will just be, Star Wars shit, which is pretty cool.
Nice. I think I got a Gree around here, too, but...
I have one thing pre-ordered on Big Bad. It's those gas station 12 scale figures.
Oh, yeah. That's
right.
Yeah,
I think it's cool as fuck.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. I just saw a post for these 1/12 scale setups. It's called something like bachelor's play money, and they're blind bagged or blind boxed, but it's all 1/12 scale props, miniature stuff for your action figures. But it's to build a fucking basically a man cave for your figures.
That's awesome. Nice.
With a couch, a TV, your PlayStation 4 or 5 or whatever the fuck it is. It comes with, I think, a couple of remote controls. There's tables, there's bottles of alcohol, beer cans, pizzas,
Dude,
all kinds. And it's such a great idea, just like to make it like blind box collection of shit you can use with your 1/12 scale action figures. I want to order all of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If you come across that link again, you should send it through, man.
I will. I'll do that.
I saw on BBTS. I kind of was thinking about getting one of those. There's a bunch on pre-order. There's like pop-up like DaWS. They're just. I feel like they're a little overpriced for what they are, but I think I'd like to get one. There's a dungeon one that I kind of really like. I think it would go with my link.
The extreme sets.
That might be what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah, they're way overpriced. They're basically semi-thick cardboard, but you have to do so much work to actually put the whole diorama setup together in the first place that a lot of the cardboard doesn't even survive that.
Oh.
So, yeah, like if you do a search for any of the ones that you like on YouTube and look for video reviews, because I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
And there's, because anybody that has any of those will tell you, I mean,
Not
if you
worth
got
it.
it on sale or got it on a deal, whatever, that's cool. But like, whatever you do, don't pay full price for them.
Yeah.
To me, they seem kind of cheap.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. But...
The sewer one, they look cool, but yeah, like I said, like I felt like for what they are, they're not worth what the price. I forget what the price was, but I remember looking at it like, maybe just one just to see. But yeah, maybe you're right. Check out some reviews. It might not be worth doing. There's probably other ones I could spend that money on, like custom ones. People that do them that would make one probably for the same price. It's way better.
Well, I don't know about the same price.
Oh, okay.
A little more, but people make some sick shit, dude.
Yeah, plus might be something worth buying, like spending money on.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you have to remember with those extreme sets and those types of things is it's printed paper, and a lot of the time you got to be really careful with your lighting on top of that because of the way it's printed on the paper, because you're getting a glare, you're getting a shine off of any and all lights you use, and then it breaks away from the illusion that you're trying to create. That no, that's not folded up cardboard behind my battling action figures. That's Vinny's, whatever,
Vinny's Pizzeria,
liquor shop or whatever. Vinny's Pizzas and Beers. Come on down.
Chris, you get any toys today? This week?
Yeah, a couple things. Yeah, a couple of things here. This little Terry boy.
Yay.
Now, I'm not sure because the only thing I don't like about him is that fucking cape. And there's a big ass hole in his back. I don't know if that's supposed to come out or not, but I pried it the fuck out.
Ooh, that's kind of weak.
It pops out.
It looks better without it.
I mean,
and I get this is the Future Zen one, not the show version, and I want to get the show version too at some point.
Every time I see a Batman Beyond anything, I just get bummed out that I sold that fucking Mezco. That thing was awesome.
Golden God here.
Damon! Oh, that should be a Smoke It song.
There you go.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if this comes through backwards or not, but that's the inside.
Is
of
it?
the
I can see it. No, yeah, that's awesome. I have that whole set. They're on. We put them in. We have like a little bar set
the
up.
Nightman Cometh set.
Have the whole all of them. Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't even know they
have
existed.
Frank,
I walked
I've
in
got Frank
GameStop.
and Dennis so far, but
Yeah.
I want to get all of them, dude, because that's probably my favorite episode of Sunny, dude, and
I'll keep an eye out.
My favorite show in existence, too.
Yeah,
Nothing will ever top that shit.
It's such an amazing episode too. Get in this hole, fucking troll tool.
Yeah, my girlfriend bought me Frank for my birthday.
Get anything else?
Boxed up somewhere. Little tunage.
Yeah. It's a human.
It's awesome.
Pink cassette tape.
You just need to pull out your boombox and pop it in.
Load it up. Fucking jam some hyper ballad.
Anything else? Got some White Claw?
Yeah, that's it.
I had a light week this week. I just randomly bought another rat trap because they're only $10 and they're just cool to have. They're just randomly sticking around the detox and shit.
Is that like the same one that you sent me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have 4 of them now. Plus, I had that little transform element one too.
Is that the same one you see at the store that's like $10?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've seen a few of those around. Okay.
It's funny
with that many of that new rat trap, you might as well just buy yourself a bottle of blue synthetic dye, and just make yourself a rat trap.
Pack rat, yeah.
Yeah.
How about it, man? I really hope they come out. I don't understand. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'd like them to do if they come out with a Pterosaur and then come out with a 2-pack with Fractal.
I guarantee you that's going to be a Generation Selects 2-pack. It's going to be Fractal and Pack Rat once again.
That'd be awesome.
I would fucking be there day one the minute it is available, the fuck ordered.
Speaking of, how about the
on like Donkey Kong on the bong.
The announcement that the Generation Select's coming out with the 2-pack with the Dinobot repainted Grimlock and then a Mirage. And I know that image that they sent through, that was confirmed, not real, but the product code and the description was released on Amazon or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, so it's definitely happening. Just that image was fake.
What's it going to be repainted like?
So they did a Grimlock was like a character that it was supposed to be the same Grimlock, I think, but he was painted like Dinobot, or he was done up like Dinobot, but painted like white with like spots and shit on him.
Yeah, like he was a raptor, a white raptor with Dalmatian spots on him. And it was supposed to be Grimlock from G1 continuity brought into the Beast Wars continuity, but it was basically just a repaint of the Dinobot figure just to keep the figure in circulation.
Yeah.
Because they already made money off of it as Dinobot, so them re-releasing it in a future wave wasn't like it cost nothing because they already made all their money off the Dinobot release. So
just repaints. It's been a thing that's been happening since the dawn of time.
That's coming out then, or
yeah, it's going to be a 2-pack with Mirage, who was the IndyCar racer.
My very first Transformer I ever owned was Mirage. Yeah, so I want that set, but I'm not sure that I want the Beast Wars.
Maybe we can talk about splitting it, because I kind of want a Mirage, but at the same time, like if you don't want the Dinobot, but you really want the Mirage, and I'm kind of like whatever about the Mirage. Maybe we'll just split it, and you can take the Mirage and I'll take the Dinobot. Maybe I'll find them like a War for Cybertron Mirage somewhere else, maybe. Unless it comes out with that Mirage being like so dope that I want one.
Yeah. No, and I hear you there. No worries.
The Dinobot sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
it is cool. Yeah.
It'll probably be similar kind of paint scheme too. So, and it might end up looking cool. Like if they give it a new head, and the head looks like Grimlock's head, except it's on a Dinobot body. Okay, maybe I might be like, all right, sold. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Dinobot's a great figure. So I don't know.
I've seen a couple of those at the store, but I haven't grabbed it. I'm trying to just stick with Optimus
awesome,
and Megatron for Beast
Yeah,
Wars.
I hear you, man. If you don't want to go down that rabbit hole, then but he is an awesome figure, though. It's one of my favorites from the Kingdom line.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm really blown away by that Megatron, actually, that Beast Megatron. I can't stop looking at it. The texture on the skin, it's so fucking 90s goofiness. I'm completely enamored with it. I never expected. I expected I would like it when you sent it to me, but it's like I set it up on the display and I just can't stop messing with him. He's so phenomenal.
Speaking of Beast
I went ahead
Wars,
and ordered one from Pulse, so it's on its way. It's already shipped and everything. So.
I went and I picked up another Primal to keep it. They had so many of them. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy one to keep in box. And the reason I did that is if I ever get a chance to meet Gary Chalk at a convention, I want to get it signed. We talked about this last week, but I hadn't bought it, so I went ahead and I pulled the trigger this weekend.
Nice.
It's the same thing with if I ever saw a Megatron, I'd probably do the same thing, but I don't see them in stores that much, and I don't really care that much to like order them. But if I ever see them in a store, I'll just buy it, like just for the same reason. If I ever meet David K.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him to write yes on the fucking thing and sign it. That'd be awesome. I also bought this. This is another like just a little $10 buy that I bought. I bought the little core class Megatron, which is kind of cool because I have the Prime, so I'll go with him.
Very cool.
It doesn't have like it doesn't suck really. Like it's still cool, but like the Rat Trap is such an amazing. It's like one of the best Legend or core class or whatever figure. Like the articulation wise and how it has like ankle pivots, and then the Prime and Megatron are just like regular old school style Legends where it's not very articulate. They don't have ankle pivots and you can't really do much with it.
Yeah, here you have to be really careful with the Starscream because the way it's designed, like a lot of the paint is like a little the way it had to go on, like the arms. So like when you transform it, it's very prone to like blue paint just like chipping right off.
You know what's funny is I actually saw that a few times and I passed up on it, which is crazy for me because I have an entire DTOF dedicated to Starscream, but I have like 4 or 5 little Legends class Starscreams in it already that are basically the same look. Like they didn't really change. They look like the old Legend Starscream. Like the new one. It's not really much different. So I just figured like, why? But I still might like one of these days.
To me, it seems like the Rat Trap was meant to scale with the other Beast Wars figures from the Kingdom line, whereas those same Starscream, Optimus Prime, and Megatron get re-released in Legends class every single wave, no matter what else they do in that wave.
Well, I think this year they did it. You're right, but I think one of the points was it's supposed to go with like the Unicron or something like that.
That's probably it. Yeah,
it was originally supposed to go with the Ark.
That's true. Yeah.
The problem with them saying that is they said that before they showed off the Ark. Then they showed off the Ark, and they showed the Ark comes with like a little teeny tiny micro fucking Optimus Prime or something.
Which is weird.
You can open the fucking what do you call it?
Bay door or whatever.
Yeah, the landing hatch door or whatever, and make it look like Prime's going up. And Prime is fucking microscopic to that fucking door. That door is not very big, and that door doesn't fucking scale to the big ass fucking Legend scale figure especially compared to that teeny tiny little fucking ant-sized Prime.
Little world's smallest Optimus Prime.
Like world's smallest Optimus Prime.
It's like world's smallest has got the tiny little Optimus Prime that he can hold.
Yes. Actually, that's probably not far off from the truth. Like you might cutting into world's smallest hand, but you'd probably be able to make that fucking happen easily. So it's like the Ark doesn't scale with anything except for in bot mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Ark seems like it's an easy pass for me as far as Titans go. I mean, I didn't snag a Fort Max, and I don't really regret it. It's if I had seen one for cheap at Ross or whatever, I would have totally grabbed one, but I didn't, and that's cool. But for me, it was always Metroplex, Trypticon, Omega Supreme, And I think, like I said, I'll be interested in maybe snagging a Scorponok to round out the 4. So you got 2 on each side and call it a day.
Yeah, it's the only reason I got the 4 max.
Yeah, I can't imagine seeing or them coming out with another Titan. Like, this Titan seems to be a recurring theme, and I don't know who else they could do as a Titan that I would even be interested in getting.
Yeah.
So there's rumors that next year they might do the Nemesis and have the Nemesis transform into Trypticon.
That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, but it'd be a new, obviously a new Trypticon, and it would scale smaller than the Titan's Return Trypticon. So it'd be closer in size to like Omega Supreme versus, Metroplex.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know about, but the one cool thing I did hear though is that next year's Commander class, which will be Wave 3 of whatever they call the line, is Motormaster, and
that might be cool.
It very well could be. Like if Rodimus, if Jetfire, if Skylinks are an indication. It could be pretty sweet,
Yeah.
If Motormaster,
I'm hoping for 86 Studio Series. I hope we don't get more Titans fucking Return or Combiner Wars bullshit.
Yeah,
they can't. They've got to make it better than Combiner Wars because that guy is gone. That philosophy seems to be out the door.
Yeah,
I hope. So
I'm very leery of mainline combiners because they haven't had a good track record. Even the big ones, even like Devastator was kind of weak, and the Predaking I thought was really bad looking. And but they're, like you said, like they're on track right now. Like they're hitting all the nails on the head. So like, all right, maybe I'll give it a shot. But
we'll see, I guess. Yeah, it's one of those we'll see.
I hope it's really good. I hope, because doing combiners is something that needs to be done sparingly. Like, I don't mind if like that. I don't mind if they're like, okay, 2022 is going to be Motormaster, and each week of the year we're going to give you a single deluxe, which will be, one of the limbs. And then Wave 3 will hit you with the centerpiece of the combiner, and it'll be Commander class. So like they do Menasor first, then maybe they do the aerial bots.
I'm gonna say aerial bots. Yeah, would make sense.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Like if they legit set it up to be like that, where it was like you got a single combiner in a year, you had the main piece being like between, a large Voyager to leader size plus all the extra bits and pieces for the combined mode, have it come with, the center bot.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about like an Ultra Magnus size for your core bot.
Yeah.
Your C's Ultra with the kibble and whatnot kind of forming into I would assume, especially Menasor, because it's like the car's just kind of stuck on.
Yeah.
The trailer has to form.
He's not the coolest looking.
The core of the skeleton of the body. Menasor wasn't in my mind. No,
he was the least interesting, I think, out of all the. Like, I mean, in combined mode, and I have the X-Trains bot set, and all those bots are fire. But I didn't even bother with the trailer because, like, I don't like. He's just basically, like you said, he's a big skeleton with you just stick cars on the shoulders and on the legs, and it's not very interesting.
And I bet you that's exactly what that thing's going to be too.
Yeah, that's kind of. I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea of having a fucking sixth member be the core.
No, they don't need to do
or five. Yeah, the Scramble City style that they got it. They got it right with Devastator the first time when you use 6 bots to make and 2 bots make a core instead of 1. That way all your robots can be the same size and they just I don't know they nailed it right off the bat, and then they went to the Scramble City format, and it's not a bad format, but you're right, there's some that just aren't good, and Menasor's kind of an obvious choice to start, I guess, but
what's
the best
worked because the 80s, all of those figures were bricks. They didn't have articulated, So that's a big part of the problem. But on the other hand, a lot of these newer figures, they have amazing articulation. Like the joints are tight. Where figures need ratchets, they've got ratchets, and the ratchets are all really fucking chunky and, making time you move them.
Honestly, that Hot Rods figure, if we did a, top 10 for 2021 would be right up, probably would still be right at number one.
For sure.
And mostly that's an emotional pick as well because of it bringing me back into the love of Transformers, which I thought was gone forever.
Same. I think it was almost the same with everybody.
Yeah.
That was definitely the catalyst. But I'll get back to my home. I want to say one thing real quick about Menasor. That I'll tell you who really nailed the Menasor look was that Fans Project that did that chug scale, like IDW one. That one is a really, really, really awesome looking Menasor, and I wish all the other ones looked that great.
Yeah, the only problem with it is that it's old chug scale. I mean, I guess it could probably it actually probably would still work today with this line, even though the figures are smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I knew a couple of local guys that have it.
Yeah. I have it still, and it's one of the ones I didn't sell when I sold all my chug shit. So it just looks super cool. But I finally got this, which I paid for and bought from GameStop over a year ago, and it finally came out. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh man.
So yeah, I have never seen anything from this wave of Pops in any store ever. Like I would kind of like to get the bow if I ever saw her, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Yeah, so excited about that. I have 3 Ahsoka Pops now. I got one more thing. Oh yeah, this fucking debacle where I finally said fuck it and I dropped $50 on a fucking Black Series Anakin, only two days later for them to announce they're doing a new one, which I'm happy about. I'm still happy I got it though. Like it's cool now. I have an Anakin. So
the plus side is you have the heads that came with that Anakin.
Don't have the dark side head.
What?
It didn't come with the dark side head. But if I really wanted, I could get that custom one. So they're only like $30.
Wait a second. Was that listed in the auction?
I can't remember, but I remember I emailed the guy and asked him, and he said he told me that it didn't. His actual words that he said if he had the other head, he probably would have sold it for more. And I was like, all right, well. But yeah, I'm not happy overall. I mean, I'm happy that I got it, but yeah, the whole situation wasn't the best.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
It does, but
you paid too much for.
Yeah, probably, and like I said, I'm happy that I have an Anakin now to go with all the other Obi-Wan I have and Ahsoka, so and all the other clone shit, the Rex, so. It's cool, but and also with the whole Target thing being the Target exclusive, who knows if I'll ever get one. Yeah, it kind of bums me out to think that I won't be able to get my hands on that Obi-Wan because that Obi-Wan was awesome.
You'll get her.
Yeah, he looks sick as fuck, dude. They both do, really, but that Obi-Wan looks really good.
And what's the other? Is it Echo or was it Fives?
Echo. Oh, it's Fives. And then, or no, wait, is it Echo? It's Echo.
Yeah, and what was the fourth one?
Hawk. He's a pilot.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's cool that they're like we've all been like wondering like when are they going to start doing more like Clone Wars stuff, and it seems like that's the easy moneymaker.
Is launching, so more than likely you're going to see a lot of those characters showing up in the Bad Batch. Obviously, we know we're going to see Echo. So,
you think you were saying that you heard that one of the antagonists from Bad Batch is going to be Commander Cody?
Mm-hmm. They may have changed it because I just got spoiled on one of the action figure card backs. Did you happen to read the bios on the backs of any of your Bad Batch figures?
Actually, I didn't know.
Oh, do you have them right there in front of you?
I sure do. Which one do I need to look at?
Grab Crosshairs.
Spoilers, by the way, everybody listening, if they don't want to hear this, skip forward a few minutes. I don't care. I want to hear it, but
Okay.
Just a warning.
All right, here we go. Crosshair. So, spoiler. The Bad Batch, technically known as Clone Force 99, is the result of Commandonian experiments to create a specialist unit of clone commandos. Crosshair is the team sniper whose sharp vision gives him superior accuracy and, as a result, an air of superiority. There you go.
So there's another Crosshairs figure that is coming out, and it's a spoiler because its name is listed as Crosshairs blank, and he may end up being the villain of the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was sneak.
yeah.
It's like a sleeper or something like that, or maybe his chip did get activated and he's been.
No, they. From what I understand, they all have their chips removed, but he's basically the one who got scared enough to be like, no, I'll stay with the Empire.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, could make for a good story anyway, at least. But...
It might.
One in the Empire that has a good shot.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Burr.
There. Yeah.
He was in a stormtrooper wise ass.
Not just a good shot, but also knows all of their plans and the way they fight move. So,
well, Wolf called in the Empire on the Rebels, so and he redeemed himself. So I mean,
one other thing that I got, which isn't really a toy, but it kind of is. I bought this. What's that? Hepatitis. Yeah, I got it. I got this USB audio interface, which is kind of cool because it's going to allow me to play music into my computer rather than having like a rack and like a gearbox and shit like that and pedals. I'll be able to plug my guitar right into my computer and play and record and stuff like that. So I got a lot of work. I got a lot of work to do to set this up. I was already watching some videos, and I'm not a big techie guy, but Jed's gonna help me with it all. He has one, and he knows how to do it. So I gotta buy some cords and maybe some speakers or something.
And strings in the middle of the G phone.
Because I've been really wanting to get. I have this really nice electric guitar that I bought off Mike, and nice Jackson, and I had never played it because I don't have an amp or any pedals or chords or anything. So.
Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Yeah, that's it for my haul. Nico, what did you get this week? Or what did you 3D print or buy?
I didn't get around to doing much printing this week. Just had my nieces here a lot during the week, so it was kind of
that's cool.
Difficult to print. No, I mean it was cool, but it was also, it was like I would have rather been printing shit and painting shit. I can't really do that when they're here because they run around and they get into everything. And like if I go down to the basement to go to the printer, like I have to make sure they don't see me go into the basement. And then I also have to lock the door from the inside once I'm in the basement so they don't try to like open the door and come down to the basement. So
seems like the dichotomy of having kids around. Like I see it with my roommates all the time and their kid. It's like you love them to death and you love hanging out and spending time with them. They also seem to like drive you fucking nuts and you want to just like kick them out the fucking window and just have some time for yourself. But
yep. Some gross.
Yeah.
I got one thing this week.
Yeah, boy.
This gorgeous hunk of 90s colored plastic, this G2 Megatron.
Yeah.
I had downloaded a file so that I could take this cannon or even the fusion cannon and have it set up so just like G2 Megatron, it would be actually on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to print it earlier when I initially planned on, because I was actually hoping to have it printed to be able to show you guys tonight and like have it in action. But I suppose that'll be next week because It finished printing like 20 minutes into our recording, so it's downstairs and waiting for me once we're done here. So, yeah. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, dude.
Fingers crossed. I printed 4, so hopefully all 4 printed out right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely would like to take one of those.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Tomorrow, my box from Nico should come tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Getting those.
I'm
getting
excited.
that gut gun.
Yeah, there's a bunch of goodies in there.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and I'm also really nervous. Like, I hope I packed them well enough that nothing broke, that everything like just gets to you in one piece. Because that's my biggest fear. I just don't want anything to arrive broken. Like,
yeah, I'm confident that you packed everything well. The only X factor would be what douchebag fucking mail guy is going to be delivering, whether he's going to Ace Ventura fucking punt it up to my wall.
Dude, yeah.
and that's one of the biggest concerns I have. Like, I had a market fragile.
Yeah.
I mean, I told the girl, I always do. Anytime I send you guys anything, I always have a market fragile. But that doesn't mean shit.
No.
You know, I told the girl exactly what it was, and I was like, well, some of it is action figures for my buddy, but like, you know, to me, the most important stuff that's in here is the stuff that I 3D printed for him, and like, I just want that to get to him safely, and like, it's all bubble wrapped, but you know, I know if people get really rough with these boxes, shit can get, you know, just the very motion of things can make these things break. So like, I'm nervous about that. And she's like, well, don't worry, it's marked fragile. Hopefully it gets there safe and sound. And, you know, if not, you can always file a claim and, you know, you can get your money. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
If that happens, I'll make sure you get the whole fucking $50 back for that. Yeah.
No, I mean, don't worry.
So that's just one.
I mean, have to print everything out again. Yeah. But whatever. It's even still. That's no big deal.
Anytime I send something out, I do the same thing. I always have a market fragile, and that kind of like bums me the fuck out. Like, why would that have to be specified? Shouldn't everything be treated like it's fucking fragile? Yeah. Why would you like? Well, all right, it's not marked fragile, so.
Well, it just looks like a soccer ball.
No kidding. Like, I was like, no, there's no lithium batteries in it, but just mark it as fucking fragile because it's something I'm sending to somebody and you should treat it with respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's my tangent at the PO.
Sound.
So that's it. You got anything else? We'll show some little Dayman ass. Dayman! I'm a golden god!
I love the episode that preludes the Nightman come with, where Charlie and Dennis come up with that song.
Oh yeah.
And they're like in the band, and they're like, and then Max up there, and he's like, "We're called Chemical Toilet," and they're all trying to rock, and Frank's all fucking wearing a suit and shit. Like,
that was the one when they were huffing the silver paint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that one was great.
So before we sign out here, we'll have to take a week and think of so we don't have any shows coming out this week. So I don't know if we'll find it. We can get a topic together, or maybe we could watch something if you want. Maybe like watch like Mortal Kombat or something and talk about that. I don't just react to something. You guys are down with that?
War Endgame back to back or something.
We can do that. Just talk. I could always talk about that.
I mean, we don't necessarily need to like watch something to talk about. We can just talk about whatever the fuck.
Yeah, just spitballing. Also, we can always just talk about toys, Star Wars noise, Transformers news, shit like that. Just we can fill time. I was just seeing if anybody wanted to do something like that. But
titties.
We can always talk about titties. We'll figure it out. I'll brainstorm this week. But yeah, this was a good one.
Word life, John Cena.
Word life, John. We could talk about John Cena. I'll tell you what. I want to see the Fast and Furious fucking 11. But only like it took 11 movies for them, and then to put John Cena in a movie for me to care about any of them. I just think it's going to be such a train wreck, and those movies to me are always train wrecks. But then you want to throw John Cena in, and I'm like, I'm intrigued. I want to see. I like John Cena. He's funny.
If we don't see The Rock give John Cena, the rock bottom at some point in the movie,
so I didn't even see him in the trailer of the movie.
Like, they can't be in the same movie and that not happen. You know that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
kind of give him the rock bottom.
Come out of nowhere.
That was probably in the Rock contract. It was probably in the offer they sent to John Cena. In this scene, you will have to take and sell a rock bottom like it was the motherfucking death. He probably had an initial that part of the contract too. Like, just so the Rock could be like, no, you signed.
I love the Rock's. I feel like his motivation for the movie industry is just like, I'll do whatever you want, just fucking pay me. which is fine.
Let me take my shirt off.
An astronomical amount of money.
I have to have my shirt off. You're right.
I mean, he just works out and eats pancakes and does steroids all day. So, I mean, that's what he does.
Allegedly, dude, eats pancakes. He allegedly eats pancakes.
Are you fucking kidding me? He is stuck with more fucking needles than every woman you know that's been stuck by dick. All right, more, like a million times more.
I would say it's a safe bet.
That's
Speaking of The Rock, I was just watching the Doom movie.
Rock, the Dwayne Johnson, is loaded up on human growth hormone and anabolic steroids.
Allegedly.
A blind man can see.
Just hear him talk, like, oh, that guy's
nothing alleged about that. That's not a natural body at all.
I support The Rock in all his movies and steroid use.
Uglug.
You know what's funny? I keep seeing that. I keep seeing a bunch of like rock and sock shit at stores now. I see that there's like Walmart has this like Funko like T-shirt box that is like the cereal box with the rock and sock cereal.
There's
my favorite tag team.
That was hilarious in that era. That was so good.
What are you saying, Nico?
There's a 2-pack coming.
Of what, like a elite figure or something?
Yeah, with the tag titles.
I would probably get that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an exclusive somewhere or what, but I saw pictures a couple of days ago.
Oh, speaking of exclusives, a friend of mine posted, and he was asking around about there's a Vader Target exclusive, and if anybody sees that, kindly just. If you like, see if anybody sees that laying around, just let me know, because I might grab that because I know there's like a bunch of people that I know personally are looking for it, or same thing. It's a Target exclusive, so they're worried they're never gonna be able to find it. And
what is it?
Vader. It's an elite, a wrestling figure. Vader.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's an elite. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, it's an elite. I met Vader a couple of times.
Is he cool? Didn't he he's the one that fucked up Mankind's ear, right?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, but
no, yeah.
But
they were in a rope, right?
Yeah. He got caught in the rope, and he thought to try to go the opposite direction instead of moving backwards. And when he finally started to move backwards, his head was just in a position that, like they were wrestling in Japan, and the ring ropes in Japan are the same thing that I got trained on, which is steel elevator cable that's just wrapped in colored tape. So when his head is basically sandwiched between the top and the middle ropes, and he's being like twisted between the two, and it's around his neck, he moved the way that like he felt his body naturally like pulling him to do, but because of the way he had squirmed his head around in the way he was locked up between the ropes, it just, when he went through, it just sheared his ear right the fuck off.
I remember reading about that in his book. He was doing, I forget exactly what he called it, but it was like some certain move. Was it like a hangman or something like that they do? Where they, Actually, I thought it happened in Germany. Actually, I thought I remember him saying that he actually knew some like German words for like hospital and like ambulance, so he was able to like talk to the nurse. It
might have been. I don't remember.
Yeah,
it was so long ago.
I love that book, man. I love that fucking book. The first one, anyway. It's like the other two are decent, but the first one is really good.
Yeah. But yeah. Leon was a really nice guy though. But like the first time I met him, he totally treated me and my buddies who he knew we were young wrestlers, but he treated us like we were just marks. So like they had just finished doing Raw at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. And during that Raw, Owen Hart got hurt. He had a neck injury.
Yeah.
And fucking Vader kayfabed us because they were a team at the time. It was Vader and Owen. And like, we're in the elevator together. And he's fucking shit-faced drunk. He's probably tooted out on. Well, I'll just leave it at that. He's a little drunk. And we all go to get in the elevator, and he hands me his room key, and he's like, "Hey, boss, I'm gonna need you to get me to the 3rd floor on this elevator." And I'm like, "Not a problem, sir." Take his SIM card, put it in, wait for it to beep, pull it out, hit 3rd floor. Doesn't work. Do it again, but I do it even slower this time. Once I put the card in, I let go. I wait for that green light. Green light never fucking comes on. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, what's going on? Pull it out, same thing. He fucking he's literally right behind me. And the only reason he wanted me to do it is because he was so fucking drunk. Like, he could barely fucking stand up and didn't want to fucking lean forward to do all this stuff. His big old fucking meaty hand comes and just fucking grabs the room card out of my hand. He's like, "Here, let me try." He fucking does it. Gets it first try. And he's like, "See? Superior mind always gets it right." Just like, what? And he fucking started laughing. Like, there were 4 of us in the elevator. We all started laughing. But he was a super nice guy. He was really kind. He gave me great advice as far as doing his avalanche move in the corner. And that was cool. But super nice dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always awesome to hear when people like that are fucking turn out to be nice, because you always hear like horror stories.
Yeah, I got a lot of horror stories. I can tell you.
Sure you do. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan has a thing for fat dudes. So you chunky guys out there, be careful if you go to a Hulk Hogan autograph signing. He's gonna want to sign your asshole with his penis. What you gonna do, brother?
He's got those pythons.
Well, there's only one.
Another python for you. Anyway, on that note, this has been another episode of the
Mandablorians.
We should have a whole section where Nico just tells fucked up Hulk Hogan stories.
Well, you can do that.
Maybe that's what we'll talk about next week.
Hey, brother, you ever had a limo ride before? Whoa! Easy there, fucking Terry Boulder.
Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, do all that fun stuff. This is the way, and I have spoken.
And have a nice day, bitches.